Hi, this is Melanie Lukasovic with Capital Region Independent Media. I'm here today with a very special guest, our publisher and vice president and our fearless leader, Warren Dews Jr. He's been taking us along on a very special journey of ours, of his rather, that he had gastric bypass surgery to battle a lifelong problem with his weight. And he's here to tell us now how it's gone. He's had the surgery, and so we're excited to hear what he has to say and tell us about his experience. Okay,
Thank you.
Warren.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
great.
Thank you, Melanie. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
I'm so excited. I'm excited because as you said, I've been battling this thing for all my life. I've been the big guy. And I would say, I don't know, several years ago, almost 10 years ago, I was going to try to do the gastric bypass because one of my mentors went through this Al Roker. Al Roker did it years ago, and I've been watching Al Roker all my life on TV. As you know, I wrote a story about it when I came out and talked about how Al Roker was he's just so important to this thing this journey that I'm taking. And I tried to do this gastric bypass before, but every time I tried to do it, something happened. The insurance changed, just something went wrong or changed, and I went through it. When I started this process, Melanie, I was at my biggest ever. It was last October. I was 307 pounds. And I had the gastric bypass May 15th, and I was 295. And as of right now, I'm 233 pounds. Yeah,
That is a
so
lot of weight.
I've lost 70 something pounds. You do the math, but it has definitely changed my life. Definitely changed my life.
What was the final thing that made you decide, okay, now it's time to do it?
It's just the way I was feeling. I couldn't walk with my wife walks really fast, and we try to go hikes. So I couldn't hike with her, because I just couldn't keep up with her, and it would frustrate her because she's trying to keep a certain speed. Walking up the steps somewhere, doing stuff, stuff that I used to be able to do. I've been a big guy all my life, but I've been fast, I've been agile, and I lost that. So I was able to carry the weight that I did have at 220, 230, but once I got to 307, it was different. And I joked all the time. I said my closet was shrinking my clothes, but it wasn't my closet.
To do that. I can attest to that. Okay, so you went and you had the surgery. Can you tell us what the prep time was like? How did you prepare for that?
So, I started in October. So the whole program, I had to go through mental stuff to make sure I wasn't crazy, and then I had to go through nutritionists and all those types of things. So they did a psych thing. I did a nutritionist to learn, the right things to eat, things not to eat. They had to prepare me for when I did have the surgery. When I had to be on, and I don't confirm. I have to confirm these numbers, but I think I was like a liquid diet for like 6 weeks or something, just really, long. So I couldn't eat, whole foods, and I went from liquid diet to soft foods, and then you go through a transition. And I was in the hospital for 3 days. After the surgery, they kept me for 3 days just to kind of watch me and stuff like that. So
Out of the hospital, how did you feel? How did you handle it at home? And how do you handle food?
in the beginning, one of the things that the person who was working with me on this program, she would drill at me 30, 30, 30. And I kind of was like, yeah, paying attention, but not paying attention. And when I started doing this thing, I had to call somebody up, and I was like, hey, what's the 30, 30, 30 mean? and and I wish I had paid attention to it earlier, because I'm not supposed to drink anything 30 minutes before I eat. I'm supposed to take 30 minutes to eat. And then after I eat, I shouldn't drink anything 30 minutes after, because my stomach is different. I have a smaller stomach. And I didn't do that. I was trying to eat stuff when it was good for me to eat, and I was eating too fast. I had drank stuff before, like water and stuff like that. And if people just on normal life, you're really not supposed to be drinking while you eat, drinking water or anything. You're supposed to just eat your food and let the nutrition from the food come, digest in your system. So that was a struggle in the beginning, because I was eating stuff I really wasn't eating right. I wasn't eating the right times. I wasn't doing the 30, 30, 30. So it was very uncomfortable the first couple of weeks.
Have you gotten used to it now, or have you gotten
Yeah.
into a flow?
Yes, I'm in the flow. Sometimes, you like, I was eating something today from one of the restaurants that my business partners I own, called Big Daddy's, and it's the wrong place to be at, because the food there is, oh my goodness, it's amazing. but I had I wanted a Philly cheesesteak. And I used to be able to slam a whole Philly cheesesteak, and we're not cheap on our meat. We give you a whole bunch of stuff, and I can't eat a half of a half. And so I'm eating it, and I'm tasting good, but I had to slow myself down because I started feeling like, I mean, because I start feeling stuffed. So I had to, eat half of the half, and then later on I can eat the rest of it when I feel like eating it. But if I try to eat too fast, I'll feel sick. So it is a good thing. So it's me understanding what I can and cannot do, and I don't really have a lot of barriers. I just got to take my time and pay attention to the rules. And I'll deal with those things because the weight loss is tremendous, and my body and everything feels wonderful. So I'm cool with the things that I have to deal with. I just got to, be more mindful of what I do.
You change the types of foods that you eat or more so the portions?
I changed a lot of things. I mean, like Philly cheesesteaks, I can have it once in a blue moon. I'm not having it every day. I mean, I can eat that, but I have to eat portion control. I can't eat a whole hoagie. Um, One of the things in the morning, I eat eggs in the morning, and I don't eat scrambled. I used to be a scrambled egg guy. I don't eat scrambled eggs anymore. I have to eat them sunny side because it's softer, and so it just goes down differently. Chicken. If I eat chicken, it has to be probably dark meat and really really tender. Or I can't really eat it. I really can't eat a lot of it, so I have to really chop it up kind of fine. And that's just me. That it's funny. But I can eat a steak. I can eat a steak because steak, I'm cutting it a little differently. So, but I make sure that I eat my right proteins. I don't waste my food. I mean, what I mean by that, I don't waste the time that I eat. If I eat something, I have I'm eating it for a reason. I'm eating it because I need it for the nourishment, and that's really good that I pay attention to those things.
You stick to a specific diet? Do they tell you how many calories to eat or how much protein or fats to eat, or do you just eat what you want?
At this point in my surgery, I eat what I want, and I eat in moderation. It's just making sure I eat the right things. I don't eat a lot of junk food. So I don't do that. I'll have ice cream if I want to, stuff like that. But I have to really pay attention to that. I can't eat a lot of sugary stuff because it'll come through me differently. So I don't eat a lot of sugary stuff. But if I want a cookie or something like that, I can have one. But I do know that I can't have five of them. You know what I'm saying? I can have one. And I don't want to. I don't want to because of the reaction that I know I will get. So it is a great mechanism inside my body that helps me not want to eat these things. I don't want to, and I'm not missing anything, but I'm not on a diet. I just pay attention to what I eat. I eat the right foods, and I eat in moderation.
Incorporated exercise into your routine?
Yes, yes. So I work out 3 times a week. I lift weights now, and I'm doing the treadmill, the stepper. I make sure I do saunas and relax and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm lifting weights, and when I started lifting weights, I don't know I'd have to calculate it, but wherever I started, I couldn't lift certain weights, and now I can lift more than I was doing before. My sons, both my boys, they weight lift, and they can lift more weights than me, which is really bothering me. That my 17-year-old, who's looks like a credible hawk, he's 140 and he's lifting 210 or something like that. My other son is like 150, 160. He's lifting 300. I was having problem lifting 100, and I'm a strong dude, so it's a different mechanism of lifting your weights. I could throw somebody at 200 pounds, because that's using all my weight, but just using chest press, I couldn't do it. Now I'm lifting more weights now. I'm getting stronger, and my body's changing, so it's a good feel.
Okay, so bottom line, if someone has been battling their weight for a long time, would you recommend this surgery to other people?
I recommend what is good for them. There's people taking, the pills and stuff like that. If that works for you, do that. I didn't want to do that. I recommend this program because it worked for me. It doesn't work for everybody. And then one of the things that people say, oh, you took a shortcut. This ain't a shortcut. There's a lot of stuff that I had to change in my life. And when I was on the table, I could have died. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through a surgery. I mean, they're not moving a tooth. I was under the knife. And so To answer your question differently, yes, I would recommend it, but I would tell them and make sure it's right for you. It's just so funny. Right when I was about to have this surgery, all those shots and Wegovys and all those other things started being kind of well known. And everybody said, "Hey, why don't you try one of those things?" I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm going in this direction. I'm moving forward. I'm not turning back." And I didn't. And I swear by it. This has changed my life for the rest of my life.
Has your family been supportive of all this?
Yes, my wife, my kids, everybody. And the reason why I'm on this video with you is because I needed that little trick in my mind. I have this sickness. It's a good sickness of wanting to help everybody. I have to do stuff that's going to help somebody else, and I needed that trick in my mind that I'm on this thing, and hundreds of thousands of people are going to see this. I can't go backwards because I have the people depending on me because I look stupid. Like I lost 72 pounds and turn around again, I'm fat again. I ain't doing that. So I needed this. I needed to put it on Front Street. And I hope that at least one person sees this and thinks about doing something different in their weight loss journey. Have the operation, eat different. We'll go whatever pill you want to, whatever you want to do something, but don't keep going in the direction that I was going. And one of the things that I say to people, I'm still that confident Warren. I was confident at 307 pounds. I'm confident at 233. I'm just a better Warren. I'm a better Warren. Me being slimmer doesn't change who I am. I'm still confident in who I am. And it was a double-edged sword for me because I was 307 pounds and still thought I was the man. I'm just a better man and less of him.
You are the man. Have you bought
Yes.
all new clothes?
I am buying new clothes in the process. And because I knew one day I was losing weight, I have some clothes I didn't get rid of. Like, for instance, this jacket that I have on,
Mhm.
I couldn't zip this jacket up. I could not zip this jacket. And now I can close the jacket. I couldn't zip it up. But there are some clothes that I have to really get rid of. And I have some jeans that I really love. I can't wear it anymore. I'm like, I'm tying them around my pants, and my pants are falling down. So it's a good problem to have. So I'm in that process of shopping, but I also want to give my clothes away because then some nice clothes. So I want to give them away to somebody that was at my size, so they can look good at that size.
Well, we are very glad that everything worked out so well for you. Hopefully, we'll be giving some more updates in the future. But this has been Warren Dews Jr. on and sharing with us his weight loss journey and what it was like, and maybe it's right for people out there who are watching. I'm Melanie Lakosevich for Capital Region Independent Media. Thanks for joining us.